Oh yeah, it's double organic.
This pillow sucks, unless you're having a pillow fight, in which case, let's go. Today, we're talking about mattresses, sleep position, and pillows. And we're also going to be talking about even sleeping without a pillow. There's no one size fits all. You say, what's the best sleep position? The answer is my favorite. It depends. But what I can say is what is the worst sleep position. And that's if you're sleeping face down. And I'm going to even cover how to change your sleep position if you are someone who prefers to sleep face down, because I used to sleep face down. It's the only way I used to be able to fall asleep, and I'm reformed. I changed the way I sleep so that I can sleep in a better way, a more healthy way, a way that's going to be causing less pain and stiffness. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you some pictures. We're going to walk through a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of stuff to cover, so let's just dive right in. Alright, here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just how bad one of these pillows is. While I'm laying on my side, I should tell you that about 75% of people sleep on their side. And sleeping on your side is pretty good, although if sleeping on your front is the worst and sleeping on the side is pretty good, it means that sleeping on your back is the best. Only about 5% of people sleep on their back. And I'll show you how I sleep on my back. Interestingly enough, there's a study that was done where they asked people who were really confident in what position they sleep in. They say, yes, I sleep in this position. Then they did a sleep study, which is where you go to sleep and someone watches you sleep. Not awkward at all. And it turns out those people spent quite a bit of time on their back. So even though 5% of people apparently sleep on their back, maybe more people sleep on their back than we think. I will say this, sleeping on your side, if you have glaucoma, not very good, because this can increase the pressure in your eyes for people with glaucoma, which means it's like they're getting tunnel vision. There's a lot of pressure in their eye and it can cause blindness. So if you have glaucoma, don't sleep on your side, sleep on your back. Another study, however, found that, I don't know, I'm giving you a lot of facts. They found that if you sleep on your side, it helps drain the waste out of your brain, all those bad ideas, those dirty thoughts. Basically, there's inside your brain and spinal cord, cerebral spinal fluid, CSF, and it has waste products in it, just like throughout our body we have waste products that need to get eliminated, and those waste products are best eliminated apparently in the side sleeping position, which can reduce Alzheimer's. Back to the main show, which is, why does this pillow suck? Well, you'll see my head's like tilted like this. This is not the position we want to be in. If I remove the pillow, you see that it's not supported. We want it to be more like so. And you can buy ergonomic pillows that will support your neck perfectly when sleeping on your side. And I'm going to show you a lot of pictures throughout this video, and we'll talk through them. But a pillow that's doing that, not good. Here is an image, and full disclosure, when there's an image, we can draw an image to look like whatever we want it to look like, okay? But hypothetically, when we're sleeping on one of these ergonomic pillows, see how it kind of looks like a letter B? They're often called B pillows because they look like a B. And the spine is perfectly straight. We just saw how that's probably not exactly entirely true unless you're on like this custom-made bed. So these are just pictures, right? But that's how the pillow is going to support. Whereas you have how I did show you with the normal type of pillow, zero support. The neck is bent. So this is a really cool picture. This is from a study I found. The individual is sleeping in the top left on a firm surface, and the top right a more compliant, squishy surface, and on the bottom a custom-made surface where there's basically 6 areas where they can customize just how firm or soft it is. And I'll show you a little image of what that kind of looks like. Basically, if they customize the mattress to the individual, it can be like a perfect straight line. Probably a firm mattress is better, as we see in the top left. There's less sag, it's more supportive. Now let's look at what this pillow does when you are on your back. So you can see it's pushing my neck up like this. This is going to cause a lot of snoring and a lot of issue if you have obstructive sleep apnea, which is when you're sleeping and you stop breathing. You don't actually really necessarily wake up, but if you have obstructive sleep apnea, you'd be really fatigued. It's like, man, I can't get a deep sleep. It's because you keep stopping breathing, and you just don't get that deep level of sleep. And that could happen like 5 to 30 times a night if you have sleep apnea. So sleeping on your back with a pillow like this, not as good. Sleeping on your side, better if you have sleep apnea. So this is how I tend to sleep, just on my back, no pillow at all. And I've done a lot of experimenting with using a pillow and not using a pillow. If you use a pillow, you can put it under your legs. I really don't do this, but if you have back pain, this can be nice. So what I will show you is some pictures that show people sleeping on their back without a pillow and with an ergonomic pillow. Here is a gal comfortably laying down, no pillow. That's pretty much how I sleep. But we can also compare her to this gal sleeping on on her back, and you see that the her head is a little bit elevated, but not too much. If we could draw an imaginary line, her head is probably sunken into the pillow at least halfway down, right? And so her head's maybe an inch or 2 off the bed. And some people might find that more comfortable, and that is totally okay. Here's a picture from a study where they're using, again, that B-shaped pillow, and how it's going to support the head. This is, again, a representation. This isn't exact. I'd love to see an x-ray. I'm going to show you some x-rays, but I think an x-ray image would really do justice seeing just how the spine is being supported. But again, we have that curve. You can see that bit of that curve in the neck. What I sometimes do, and I'll show you this right, I have this rolled up sweater, and when I lay on that, it supports the curve in my neck. And I'm going to go over some x-ray images of what a good curve in the neck looks like. It's like a backwards curve going this way. It's called a lordosis. If it was going this way, it would be a kyphosis. It's a lordosis, and it curves over this pillow. And so I'm maintaining that nice curve, and it's super comfortable. Now I'm going to show you some x-rays. These are x-rays where the person is just standing upright, but we can kind of extrapolate how it might look if it's sideways, like they're laying down, or at least that's what we want to maintain with a pillow. Okay, so here you see this nice curve. It's a gentle curve. It's not like a huge curve or anything, but I'll show you when it's really bad. We call it military neck. Like, this is total loss of the curve. Not good. Think of like an arc. It's a curve, but it's strong and stable. Whereas this straight line, it's just on top of each other. That's not how the bones are meant to sit. So it's not very comfortable for the bones, and you can get degeneration and pain. So this is how, if you're using a a non-ergonomic pillow, it flexes the neck forward and you get a straight neck. Whereas if you have the support, you're going to have that nice curve. So I hope that makes sense, that representation. Now, some people might not be able to lay comfortably on their back without a pillow. They'll feel like, oh, I need it up higher when it like this would be too low for them. The reason for that is just years of poor posture, certain muscles being really tight, and then not being able to get comfortably in this position. This has taken me a long time to be able to do this. When I first started doing it, it felt wrong. Now it feels right because I can comfortably get into this natural position. What if you want to change the way you sleep? What if you can only fall asleep face down? And I used to be this person, but now I fall asleep on my back, which is the best way to sleep. Because remember, if you're sleeping face down, your neck is going to be having to turn one way or the other, right? Otherwise, your nose is going to get smushed by the bed, and that's going to cause one side of the neck to be really tight, the other side to be loose. It's going to cause imbalance and not going to be very comfortable down the line. So, here's how I do it. I would just force myself. I would say, let me just try sleeping on my back, and I would give it an hour, and I would start getting used to it like that. And that's really the only way to do it, is to kind of force yourself, and eventually you'll fall asleep like that. But I'm going to show you another way that you can kind of maybe get more comfortable. It's kind of like some mind trickery, right? When you sleep face down, if that's the only way you can sleep, it just feels more comfortable that way. But what I found is if you kind of sleep, we call it like a 45-degree position, you're not quite on the side, you're not quite on your back, that sometimes I was able to trick my mind into thinking like, oh yeah, this is really comfortable. Because that's what you need to do. You need your body to just be totally relaxed so you can fall asleep. Okay? So it's not a big change, I know, but when I was trying to reteach myself how to sleep, this is what really helped. And sometimes I sleep like this, where I'm, my chest is pointing this way and my nose, everything's in line. I'm not turning one way or the other, everything's in line and super good that way, but just a super comfortable way to sleep. So that's something else you can try if you want to try and get away from sleeping on your stomach. You can buy ergonomic pillows for face down sleeping. They have a hole cut in them, but we want to try and get away from that. That's all I got for now. Remember, get the 6 aspects of health every single day: earth, air, fire, water, work, or rest. Doing a lot of videos on rest, and sleep position is very much an aspect of rest. So that's a third of your life right there. We want to get that right? Otherwise, a third of the time you're doing something wrong. So if you're not sleeping well, if you're waking up with pain, definitely try and figure out what that might be. Maybe is your pillow the issue? Do you have a crappy pillow, or is the mattress the issue? Is the mattress too squishy? Is it not supporting you? I know we don't necessarily want too firm a mattress, because then we'll just be sleeping on the floor. Although maybe that's not a bad thing. That's a subject for another video, because I know some people who do sleep on the floor, and some people who do sleep on those Japanese tatami mats, which are just that thin or thick, or however you want to look at it. So sleep is there's a lot to research, so we're just scratching the surface here. Be well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, comments, put them below. Whoa, look at all those recipes. Those look tasty. Give me some of that.